We rode over 40 rides at Disney World in a single day, 3 separate times last year. We're not saying this is how you should spend your vacation, but we have learned a lot of tips that we can share with you to help you get the most out of your vacation, and we're going to share those with you today. Number 1, ruthlessly prioritize. This may seem counterintuitive coming from people who try to ride everything in one day. But on those days, we're sacrificing a lot of stuff that we love about Disney in order to complete the challenge. We're not eating any of the food we love, we're not seeing any of the great shows or the parades. Walt Disney World has so much great stuff, too much to fit it all in. Disney has intentionally overloaded the resort with great stuff. It's tough because everything seems like a must-do, but if you don't prioritize and instead try to cram everything in, you'll probably end up missing out on some of the things that you really want to do. So be decisive. It's better to accept upfront that your time is limited. That should reduce the pressure to set impossible expectations and instead help you focus on the things that will make it a magical vacation. Number 2, do your research. We're not saying you need to become a Disney expert, but to get the most out of your days at Disney, you should get familiar with the basics. Start with park operating hours and when certain attractions open and close. In particular, make note of show times if you want to see them. When we did our Animal Kingdom challenge, the hardest part was getting to the shows on time. Consult touring plans and thrill data. Those are great resources. They have historical crowd sizes, wait times, and Genie Plus availability. This can be really helpful in planning your day. And play around with the My Disney Experience app. You don't want the first time you open the app to be when you're up against the clock to book a lightning lane or to get a virtual queue boarding group. Number 3, prepare yourself physically. Get in Disney shape. There's a lot of walking and lots of standing. If you're not active, if you're not often outside in the heat and humidity, it might get rough. So if you're able, try to get in the habit of walking before you come. Your body will thank you. And some practical considerations. Pack comfortable clothing and shoes. Don't skimp on sunscreen. Bring a hat. Bring a reusable water bottle that you can bring around the park. That will both save you time and keep you fueled in the Florida heat. And now for some day of tips. But first, we're raising money for Give Kids the World, which is an organization that gives cost-free vacations to critically ill children and their families. If you subscribe before this date, we will donate 25 cents to Give Kids the World. And if you leave a comment with your favorite Disney World ride, we'll double that donation. And now back to the tips.
Number 4, arrive early and/or stay late.
Disney parks all follow the same crowd patterns. They're lightest first thing in the morning, most crowded during the middle of the day, and light again at the end of the night. This doesn't mean the parks aren't still crowded, but it does make it a great time to get a lot done in a short amount of time. When we run the Every Ride Challenge, we don't arrive at Animal Kingdom until after 4 p.m. because the wait times for everything plummet. Well, not everything.
Number 5, hop wisely. Park hopping takes longer than you expect.
It takes a lot longer than you think to hop from one park to another. It takes at least half an hour, even if you have your own car and even if you run in the parking lots. Make sure you are hopping in time to do the things you're hoping to do. And consider where you are. If you're in Epcot's World Showcase, it makes more sense to hop to studios via the International Gateway and Friendship boats than walking back to the front of the park to your car, rideshare, or a bus. And use that crowd knowledge to your advantage once you hop in. You might be arriving just as the majority of the crowds are leaving.
Number 6, ordering and eating Disney food takes forever.
We're not advising you to skip meals. It's hot, you'll walk a lot, so you need to stay fueled. And besides, the food can be one of the highlights of your trip. But it's important to understand that it will take time away from doing other things. Even counter service can take 15 to 20 minutes to get your food, not to mention the time it takes to decide with your group what and where you want to eat. And dining reservations for restaurants, those require a whole chunk of the day. So when planning your perfect day, be sure to set aside time for your meals. If you want to limit the amount of time spent waiting, mobile ordering is a great option. Or if you're on a budget, both money-wise and time-wise, you can do what we do and bring food to eat in line.
Number 7, make Genie Plus work for you. If your list of priorities includes a lot of popular attractions, you'll probably want to get Genie Plus. To get the absolute most out of Genie Plus, you'll want to become a power user, which probably means spending more time than you'd like staring at your phone. but you don't have to be a power user to make Genie Plus work for you. Genie Plus is most valuable when it helps you skip a long line. Once you have your list of priorities, remember tip number 1, figure out when you're likely to encounter a long line for one of those priorities, and get a lightning lane for those times when it will help you avoid a long line. Don't rope drop a lightning lane. For example, if you're rope dropping at Magic Kingdom, you don't need a lightning lane for Jungle Cruise because the wait time will be short at rope drop.
Number 8, embrace a magical mindset.
We plan our challenge itineraries down to the minute. We research for hours, and nothing ever goes according to plan. But we've embraced it as part of the fun. No day at Disney is predictable. You've got ride breakdowns, you've got Florida weather, you've got crowds. It can get a little stressful. But remember, you're at Disney World, the most magical place on Earth. Everybody's there to have a good time. The cast members all want you to have an awesome time. So have fun. Do the things that make it fun for you. The best way to get the most out of your day at Disney is to embrace the magic and be in the moment with the people that you love.
Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
And if you have any questions, leave them in the comments.
We'll see you next time.